Hey guys, it's Haley. So you may be wondering what this title is all about, and I always want to be completely real with y'all and not fake here, so I'm just going to share my heart with you. After I posted my last video about our ERA testing and not knowing what to do, and just making that decision, I just felt, I got a few messages, emails, Instagram messages. They came all sorts of ways, and I just kind of felt very judged and criticized. And I don't think people were trying to intentionally hurt me, but I just felt very judged, and I've always wanted this YouTube channel to be a place of community where people can come together that actually get what you're going through. And I just didn't feel like that was that. So anyways, I got messages about, we'll regret not doing the ERA testing, and other people's opinions on why we need to do it, and we're crazy if we don't do it. Things about taking the wrong progesterone and saying our doctor is wrong and telling us to take Crenone and not the progesterone and oil shots. My thyroid level shouldn't even matter. I shouldn't be on this much Synthroid. And I just kind of felt like it was one thing after another. And I took notes just because my mind's just kind of been all over the place. And I just want y'all to know that these decisions are so hard. And don't think that I don't second guess myself every step of the way. I mean, I know what's riding on the line. I know this means our family, and are we going to have a child or not? So don't go to bed not thinking about these decisions that we're having to make. But I also trust my doctor, and I trust our guts. We have long conversations about these choices that we have to make, and I pray about them. And as soon as I get peace about the decision, then that's what we're going to stick with. So I just felt very judged and criticized, and it kind of hurt. I just didn't really feel supported until I got an email from a sweet follower, and her husband are in a very similar situation as Anni. He's having to go through Tessie, and they're about to have their IVF cycle, and numbers are similar, and his experience at his urologist is similar to the experience that he's had as far as, the way that testing went, the order of the test, and then, going right to Tessie. So she and I went back and forth a few times, and she just said in her last email that she kind of had a piece about the decision that they were making and moving forward with Tessie. Even though Tessie didn't work for us, I was still able to share with her, here's what we learned from it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they're moving forward with that. They're moving forward with it, which I'm so excited for them. Just because one thing works for one person doesn't mean it's always going to work for another. So yeah, just being able to share our story with her, and just hearing from her that she was glad that we got to connect, just made me really think back to our first vlog. And in our first vlog, I said, if we are able to help one couple with our channel by sharing our story, then it's all worth it. And, I feel like that's happening. So that just really helped me push aside everything else that I kind of felt was negative, and the pressure that I felt was being put on me, and just really brought me back to why I want to keep this channel up. So we're not shutting the channel down, but I seriously considered it after I got several messages in a row that just felt, very judgmental. But anyways, moving on. So we are getting ready for our frozen embryo transfer. I am currently on my second week of estradiol. Starting today, I increased to 3 times a day. And here's the part where I'm going to share stuff with you that may be TMI. So if you're if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're going through IVF, or you've been through IVF, or you're looking into IVF, something like that. So again, I want this to be educational because I'm learning things that nobody gave me a heads up about that I want to share with you. So at this point, I will give you time to exit out of this video. Go ahead. If you're not going through IVF, you probably don't want to watch this. Okay? You're still on here? Alright, well then I'm going to move on to talking about estradiol and what I'm learning about it. And it may be TMI, so I'll give you one more chance. No? You're still here? Okay, so I'm taking estradiol. Today I increased to 3 times a day. In the morning I'm taking it vaginally. At lunchtime I'm taking it orally. And in the evening I'm taking it vaginally. Before this last week, I was on it twice a day. Once orally, once vaginally. Now it's twice a day vaginally. And I just celebrated our anniversary. We went to dinner last Friday night. I took my medication at 7 p.m. And we got back from dinner at 11, and my pill fell out. And I was like, oh my gosh. And my pill fell out. Like, you know, I get, like, what we're doing is helping prepare my body for this frozen transfer. And I don't want to mess this up. I want to make sure I'm taking it correctly. But it fell out, so I must be doing something wrong. Like, I guess I didn't get it high enough. I don't know. So I put another one in, woke up, and didn't lose it. But today I experienced something new that I was just like, man, I really don't know if I'm doing this right. Here it is. I'm leaking some blue. The estradiol pills are little blue pills. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the strangest thing. So I could call the emergency line for my IVF doctor to talk about it. But instead, I have a sweet friend that's cycling right now too. She's getting ready for her frozen transfer. This is going to be her 3rd transfer, and we go to the same doctor, and we talk. So I sent her a text and said, hey, this is probably TMI, but I know that you've already done these pills, and I figure you're on them. So I sent her my questions, and she was so sweet. She called me right away, and of course, she already had the same questions that I had. So she's already talked to our doctor and our IVF nurse about this stuff. So she was able to tell me what they told her, and that leaking some blue is normal. So fear not, I just went and bought some panty liners so I don't ruin all my underwear. But yeah, just making sure that you push it all the way high enough, because it doesn't come with an applicator or anything. She's used it like putting it on the tip of her crenone, but I'm not taking crenone yet, so I don't want to waste mine. But I thought maybe like putting it on the tip of a tampon might help, or just making sure that, you know, just put it in far enough. But yeah, so that's, I just feel like this channel, like, I've learned so much from other people's YouTube channels about them being real about IVF and like the different things that they see, because it's not all pretty. Let's be real, none of it's really pretty. But nobody told me to expect that with the pills. So when I woke up this morning and I was like leaking some blue, I was like, what's happening? Is this normal? Again, nobody warned me about it. So if you're taking estradiol and you're estrogen priming or doing whatever with estradiol and you're taking them vaginally, that may happen to you, and I hear that it's normal. I'm still going to talk to our IVF nurse tomorrow just to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. I just want to make sure I have all my bases covered. But yeah, I felt a lot better after talking to my friend who's going to the same IVF doctor as us, and she's on the same protocol, and hearing, you know, what the nurse and doctor had told her, because she's been there, done that twice, and she's doing it currently right now. So I felt a lot better after talking to her. So if you're going to use estradiol, FYI, kind of fun. Not really, but anyways, those are the newest updates. We're not stopping this channel. I was reminded again why we are doing it, and we're going to continue doing it. And my update about the estradiol. So we still are planning on going in June 3rd to get lab work done. June 4th is my doctor's appointment to see how my lining looks, how my lab levels look, and if we are good to go to transfer on the 9th. So that's all I know, and I will post another video as soon as I learn something else. Thanks for following along, and just letting me share my heart with y'all. Appreciate it. Bye, guys.